welcome back from this short commercial break. I'm still in the residence of the Deputy Communication Director of the NDC in the Hohoe municipality, in the person of Mr. Prosper Kumi, popularly known as General PK, and he should be able to tell me the meaning of General PK before we leave his house today. All right. Mr. Prosper, we're back to continue the conversation, and let's shift our conversation to Galamsey. This is a government that has promised to do a lot to curb Galamsey. We all know the side effect of Galamsey, destroying our water bodies, etc. If we don't take care, going into the future, what we are going to see is that it will be very difficult to have good, neat, and clean water running through our pipes. Your take on the fight on Galamsey as we speak?
Very disappointing.
Very disappointing.
Extremely disappointing. If you ask me again, I can use another word.
And what would that word be?
Appalling.
And so the government thinks that is per their own assertions and what they've come out with, they are doing very well to tackle this Galamsey menace. But you seem not to be okay with that particular thing that they are doing to curb Galamsey, and your issues include.
Eric, if MPP have any conscience towards the people of Ghana, they should be ashamed of themselves. They should be very disappointed in the way they have handled the issue of Galamsey. On a more serious note, we have lost a very important life. Yes, all lives are important, but an individual like Major Mahama lost his life in this issue of Galamsey fight. In this issue needlessly. For that matter, if we are not able to achieve the purpose for which we have set up Operation Vanguard, the purpose for which we want to fight Galamsey, if we have not achieved it, we've just wasted a life. And it's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate that we are at this stage. Eric, recent days, with the issues that are coming up on Galamsey, it is clear that MPP is into real create, real loot, real share, and real keep for themselves. Where should I say innocent Ghanaians were being chased here and there not to involve themselves in Galamsey.
Because it was
and illegal. Majorly. Yes, illegal, and it is affecting our water bodies.
And so the government is right
true
to say that.
Yes, of course. And I accept the fact that, and you know, this fight was not even started by the NPP government. It was started by City FM, the media coalition. Then the government adopted it and picked it up and took advantage of Ghanaians. If you listen to the conversation that happened between Honorable Frimpong Boateng, the Minister for, I think, Science and Technology, and the likes, who is it Eko Siao or so? There is this name. I've not been very conversant with the name.
Siao.
Siao, is that it? Eko. Is it
Eko?
Eko Siao. If you look at that conversation, if it is actually true, the alleged conversation, if it is actually true, then we have a very serious situation at hand, where there is clear indication that, look, we are into this business for us to be able to finance the party.
That's what you think?
I am saying that if that tape is real, okay, if it is true, and I don't have any reason to doubt it, then we are in serious trouble, where it was stated categorically that the permission was given, the situation was created in such a way that MPP should be able to make money for its own self. It's a worry.
I'm not privy to that audio, but
okay,
this is a government that has set up Operation Vanguard just to tackle and deal with this illegal mining. And you think still they are not doing anything?
Eric, I think that you are you like these issues of setting up. Because, in the issue of the corruption, they have set up the CP office.
Because that is
SP
what
office.
all governments do. They set up an institution to deal with that particular thing.
Yes.
And then they come out to tell us that this is 1, 2, 3 days.
So when you set up an institution,
are you not happy with the works of Operation Vanguard?
No, Eric, I should be asking you if you are happy with the works of Operation Vanguard. We are all in this country. We have seen the results of the work they are doing. I learned they have been withdrawn recently to be taken over by the police. The fact is that, yes, you establish the bodies, yet the bodies aid. The bodies do not help in any way. They do not help in any way in solving the problem.
The president said Operation Vanguard has been very successful.
You see, when you take people you went to beg for votes for granted, and you have opportunity to stand on public platforms, and you make such comments, you make mockery of the people. You have taken them. You have not taken them seriously. The president knows Operation Vanguard has failed. Our water bodies remain worse. Our farmlands are being destroyed, and we have set up bodies, used taxpayers' money to finance these people, fed them, and paid them, took care of them. And the result is worse than what you came to meet. And you tell me that Operation Vanguard has been successful. That is throwing dust into the people's eyes. Thinking that Ghanaians are not brainy enough to understand that some of these things are clear lies and truth that is not supposed to be said by the president.
In that they've been able to train over 4,000 illegal miners, and then they've placed these people on the right path. They've taught them how to mine illegally, because we cannot take mine legally, and we cannot say that we want to stop mining in this country. So the government is saying that they have been able to train 4,000 illegal miners to know how to mine well, and those people, and that particular step that they've taken is a positive image for the government.
I think this sits very well into the Operation MPP Get More Money.
Really?
They have been very selective. They've taken some innocent people, people who could not defend themselves clearly, to court. And they are telling us today that there is community mining. They have trained some people. With their own conversations, there is a grand scheme to make sure the party gets money from Galamsey. And you and I sitting here cannot link, if there was any training at all, cannot link the training to getting that achievement for MPP. We were here in this country when we were told excavators belonging to those miners got missing. Over 500 excavators. I think what it is that they even have in the budget is about 900 and something. Could not confirm immediately. But let me stick to what is out there in the media. Over 500 excavators were missing. Excavators.
Some have been found though.
Okay. So it confirms the fact that excavators were actually stolen by some group of people within this government.
Is it within the government?
But if the people themselves are talking and telling us that they have a grand agenda to make sure that this Galamsey team brings them money in their party, who will pick who will be in charge? Who was in charge of the excavators?
Well,
excavators are not like toffees in a room where our children could just quickly run inside, pick, and wouldn't know the number, the number that has been picked.
I'm not privy to that particular video or audio. So
yes,
you are privy to.
But you know that excavators have been missing.
Oh, we know in the country that about over 500
excavators have been missing.
Yes.
So the fact is that there was someone in charge, and that person that is in charge belongs to this government. So if excavators get missing right before your nose, Eric, we should get serious at certain points. We should get serious at certain points. We were just here and names started flying all around. Names just started flying all around from their camp about the fact that excavators are missing. Then quickly some started returning. Allegedly, some were found even here in Hokwe. I saw one picture at the education office.
You saw an excavator here in Hokwe?
Yes. There is a picture that effect education, if you see the education office, you see the excavator out there. The
So
only
if I
thing
ask
I
you
cannot
to-
confirm to you is that if it belongs to that category of excavators or not. But as far as excavators are missing, and today if you go there, the excavator is no more there, and they are finding some. We are people who should understand that yes, there is a grand scheme by the MPP government to make sure they muzzle the mouth of the illegal miners, make money for themselves, and then entrench themselves in power. Don't forget the promise they made to us in 2016 about the issue of Galamsey. They wouldn't ban Galamsey, and that if President Mahama comes to tell the people that then candidate Akufo-Addo was going to ban Galamsey, it was a lie. They were going to regulate things. And today the people are out of work. You have trained your boys and girls probably, and they are into work.
And they are Ghanaians.
Oh yes, they are Ghanaians that want to enrich only one family, one party. And you think that is fair to you and I, the rest of the Ghanaians?
Mr. Prosper, can you share...
Were the people who they took out of the pits, were they not Ghanaians?
Well,
Who they could be
were
trained and
illegal,
allowed to stay?
They were illegal.
Who says they could not train those illegal people to stay and they are excavators given to them for them to do proper things?
Well,
why did you seize the excavators and took them home?
All right. Share with us now and my viewers what your government was able to do in this fight against Galamsey before this government has to come and continue, because we all know that governance is continuous. So if you did not do anything at all about Galamsey and it has deteriorated to this particular state, and another government is trying to do something and it's not 100%, then it's one thing you don't have to talk about. But share with us now what your government, 8 years, was able to do to fight against this illegal mining in this country.
There has never been any government that has not used one means or the other to fight Galamsey. President Rawlings, President Kufuor, President Atamels, President Mahama, and today President Akufo-Addo, just that they have made it a point to make money for themselves. That is the only disappointing aspect of it. But if Eric, if you say that we did not do anything about
No. Mr. Prosper, I never said the NDC didn't do anything about Galamsey.
Okay.
I am only saying that since we all know that governance is continuous,
Yes.
you might have laid a foundation for this current government to build on. So share with us some of the foundations you laid down in the quest to fighting illegal mining in this country before this government is now trying to build on, and you are not satisfied with the building that they are trying to do.
You see, there was no build on. The fact is that there was a clear departure from what it is that we were doing. There were mining laws in this country. There were schemes that were being put in place on how to train, like you are saying. If there were some people that were being trained, after all, being trained to be trained for the legal mining stuff.
Did your government do anything like that?
Of course, yes.
Illegal miners to be able to know the nitty-gritties about mining and mining well.
There were clear engagements as far as training is concerned. There were clear engagements with traditional leaders, DCs, to see how much they are able to monitor the issues of Galamsey. And Eric, there is clear evidence that little that was being done as at that time, our water bodies were far better than we have today with all these grand thing that is being done, yet we do not see any result on the ground. You saw the other time when my boss, the national communication officer,
yes,
did a press conference.
The person of Mr.
Sammy Gyamfi.
Okay.
He did an evidence-based press conference at River Ankobra.
Yes.
You saw the nature of the water body.
Was it better before?
Of course, if you look at, there was this short video done by Joy News Arabakunsin, comparing that same river in 2016 to 2019, and you will see clearly that the small processes that were being done, engagement with traditional authorities, engagement with DCs to make sure that the illegal mining was tamed, was giving better results.
Okay, now you think that, let's look at it in this way, that during your tenure Don't you think that the number of illegal miners involved were very minute or were in small quantities?
That is why you should be applauding us. It means that we were able to hold. It wasn't as if the lands were not there for illegal mining. It was there. It wasn't as if people were not having money to go into illegal mining. But there was huge control to that effect. And we were using traditional leaders as much as possible. So the fact is that what it was NDC was doing is far better than what MPP is doing today. There are complaints of sicknesses, outbreaks in those areas where the river bodies are getting spot. Eric, I was even thinking that we should be asking questions of what NDC will be doing about the issues of Galamsey going forward. And I tell you for fact, it is not about what MPP is doing today. It's extremely disappointing. It is backward the way we are handling the issue of.
It means you have a better plan going
of
forward.
Course, why not?
You're not able to implement those plans when you're in government. Okay, quickly, I'll come back to you. Quickly, let me inform our listeners. We have my producers have just informed me that we have some few minutes to wrap up the conversation here. So I'm still in the house of the Deputy Communication Director of the NDC in the Hohwe constituency, in the person of Mr. Prosper Kumi, also known as General PK. So let me go to him for a roundup of our discussions quickly in 2 minutes, then we bring the program to an end. So, Mr. Prosper.
Yeah, so quickly, what you have just said, there has not been any government. President Kufuor was in government for 8 years. It was not everything he intended that he was able to implement. Look, the fact is that why do you take out the Ghanaian locals whom you can train, whom you can regulate, so that the money remains with us, and you allow foreigners to take over mining? The best you can do is to make mining a family and friend sort of thing, and that is very unfortunate. Eric, generally, like you said, within 2 minutes, MPP has presented to us the opposite of what they promised us. We were promised a lean government. Today, MPP is working with 125 ministers, dissipating our purse. They told us they were going to protect our purse. Today, our purse is open. Everybody is just fixing his hands in and picking anything that they want out of it. Simple promises. One village, one district, one factory. Is that it? 1D, 1F. One district, one factory is a sham. 1 million, one constituency. The best the president could tell us was that he was able to build some 13,000 toilets that I could build in my house. That is what the president is touting. That is his achievement. What advanced? Have you seen a picture? Do you have one toilet around you? And you know, it is running through all the constituencies. You go to the municipal chief executives and they tell you, well, we are building some toilets at this school, we are building the other toilet in the other school. All these promises, common chocolate for children in school, that was promised, could not be fulfilled by this government. It is very unfortunate. There are a lot of things that if we want to put our eyes on, if we want to focus to, uprising could be something that Ghana could experience. But you know what? The value of the youths of this country is that they'll tell you, yes, you have done your 4 years, you have been very disappointing, we don't want you any longer. We'll use our time to remove you. And I want to tell MPP that this campaign is going to be based on superiority of records, of what it is that we will be able to do, and the personality we are presenting. This election could not be rigged. They can't rig this election. We are ready for them. If that is what their game plan is, it wouldn't work. And at any point, we are going to get majority in parliament. President Mahama will become the president of this country again. And this country will find its footing properly as at where we were internationally and locally.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Prosper, for coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Nice having you around. Well, my viewers, this is how far time will allow us to travel. I came to the house of the Deputy Communication Director of the NDC in the Hohwe constituency in the person of Mr. Prosper Kumi. He has been able to reveal one or two things to us, and we hope to also go to the other divide and also bring them to come and speak to some of these things that are happening in the government. How true are the things he has revealed? Remember, next week, same time, we'll be with you. My name is Atik Plaja Eric Selikem. The hard truth, searching for the facts.